The U.S. military says it has targeted a vehicle carrying 3 al-Shabab militants in a drone strike in Somalia. U.S. officials named the main target as Hassan Ali Dhoore, accused of organizing recent bomb attacks in which U.S. personnel were killed. The officials say 2 others were killed in the strike about 20 miles south of Jilib. Dhoore is believed to have helped facilitate a deadly Christmas Day 2014 attack at the airport and a March 2015 attack at the Maka Al-Mukarramah Hotel, both in Mogadishu. The al-Shabab leader is thought to have been plotting attacks targeting U.S. citizens in Mogadishu prior to the U.S. airstrike. Let's get more details on this story from CCTV's Abdulaziz Bilo. He joins us live from Somalia's capital, Mogadishu. Abdulaziz, do we have confirmation from authorities there on this drone strike and exactly who was killed during that attack?
Yes, Penina, Somali authorities and the American authorities have all confirmed to us that indeed the drone strike took place in the southern Somali town of Jilib. Now, at least 3 people, including Hassan Ali Dhoore, who was the main target of that attack, was killed in that assault in the Somali southern town of Jilib. So that's the information that authorities both in the US and Somalia here have confirmed. Now, interestingly is that the American officials are saying that Dhoore was a threat to US interests in Somalia, especially the African Union forces, and was to blame for the killings of American nationals here in Somalia and Mogadishu in particular. Now, 2 incidents that the American government cited that Hassan Ali Dhoore was the mastermind or was to blame was the brazen attack on the African Union base mission here in Somalia, the African Union headquarters actually, that is next to the airport in December 2014. Actually, it was on a Christmas day. At least a couple of African Union soldiers were killed, including an American national who was an advisor to the African Union force here in Somalia. So another case that they cited was a deadly attack on March 2015. Actually, it took place at Maka Al-Mukarramah, where at least 15 people were killed, including the Somali ambassador to Switzerland, Yusuf Baribari. He was among those killed in that deadly attack that the al-Shabab claimed responsibility for. So basically, authorities here in Somalia are saying have actually welcomed this drone strike and have called for more drone strikes to be carried out on a key al-Shabab bases. Now, the al-Shabab has been feeling the heat, according to experts here. This is the second deadliest drone strike to take place in less than a month. As we remember, there was a deadly attack in the camp of Raso, where more than 150 al-Shabab fighters, all of them were killed as they were graduating, and the US said that they were a potential threat to an African Union mission there in Somalia.
And apart from the al-Shabab insurgency, Somalia also faces the challenge of a raging drought. How severe is the drought and how is the country coping?
Well, Penina, the drought issue has become a major cause of concern for the international partners and also for the Somali federal government. Now, interestingly, the river Shabelle has dried up. Now, river Shabelle used to be a very critical river, and it used to be used by a large number, thousands of families, most of them farmers who reside in the middle and the lower Shabelle regions. Now, they rely heavily on the river Shabelle, but it has now dried up. Now, authorities also have told us that there's a severe drought situation being experienced, especially in the relative stable regions of Somalia. Now, this is in Puntland and in Somaliland. Actually, we've traveled to these regions earlier in January, and we've witnessed that it was indeed dry, but it was not extremely dry at that stage. But now the situation is being reported to be excavating, and there is need for humanitarian access. International partners are calling for increased access so that they can be able to avert this crisis. The Shabelle River reduced to dry, dusty riverbed, and very bad news for the many who depend on it.
We are farmers here in Afgoye. This river is all that we relied on, and it's now dry. We have nothing else to do. All that we do is farm. We are now concerned.
They've resorted to prayer.
Today we all meet here, representatives from all regions that rely on the Shabelle River. We have come to pray for rain and for God to protect us from the drought that has hit several parts of the country.
Aid agencies say there have already been reports of people dying from malnutrition. The northern regions of Puntland and Somaliland are especially vulnerable. The government in Mogadishu says the country needs outside help.
In other areas, water shortage has been reported. The Shabelle River has dried up and water shortage is being experienced in most places. We're concerned that this situation will likely remain this way in most of the areas of the country.
Almost 400,000 Somalis already face acute food insecurity. Aid agencies in Somalia have launched a call for aid, seeking $105 million, warning that the current situation needs to be addressed before it results into a famine-like situation like in 2011, where more than 250,000 Somalis lost their lives. Abdul Aziz Bilo, CCTV, Mogadishu, Somalia. Now, Penina, what authorities here in Somalia are saying is that there's need for mobilization and for the international community to come together and avert this crisis. They are noting the 2011 famine that claimed more than 250,000 lives here in Somalia, and they're saying that such early warnings need to be heeded, and authorities and both the United Nations and international partners have been asked to create the funds so that the Somali government and the local NGOs can be able to go to these regions and assist those people so that a famine-like situation will not be experienced like we witnessed in 2011.
Abdul Aziz Bilo live for us there in Mogadishu. Many thanks.